Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development. Jean Piaget was a Swiss psychologist who spent many years observing and studying how children learn, think, and understand the world. His most famous idea is called the theory of cognitive development. This theory explains how a child's thinking changes over time, from birth all the way to teenage years. Piaget believed that children do not just learn by copying adults or being taught. Instead, they actively build their understanding of the world as they grow by exploring, asking questions, and learning through their own experiences. Piaget's theory is based on the idea that children go through 4 main stages of mental development. Each stage represents a different way of thinking and understanding the world. According to him, all children go through these stages in the same order, although not always at the same age. These stages are called the sensorimotor stage, the preoperational stage, the concrete operational stage, and the formal operational stage. Let us look at each one in a simple way. The first stage is the sensorimotor stage, which lasts from birth to about 2 years old. During this time, babies learn mainly through their senses and movements. They touch things, look at things, and put things in their mouths. At first, they do not understand that objects exist when they cannot see them. For example, if you hide a toy under a blanket, a very young baby will not look for it because they think it no longer exists. But as they grow, they learn something called object permanence. This means they start to understand that even if they cannot see something, it is still there. This is a big step in their thinking. Next comes the preoperational stage, from about 2 to 7 years old. During this stage, children start to use language more and begin to play with symbols and imagination. They love pretend play, like pretending a stick is a sword or that they are superheroes. But they still have a hard time seeing things from other people's points of view. This is called egocentrism. For example, if a child sees the world from one side of a model, they think everyone else sees it the same way. They also do not yet understand certain logical ideas like the concept of conservation. For example, if you pour the same amount of water into 2 different shaped glasses, a child in this stage might think the taller glass has more water, even though the amount is the same. Then we have the concrete operational stage, which starts around 7 and lasts until about 11 or 12. In this stage, children become more logical and organized, but only with things they can actually see and touch. They start to understand conservation and can solve problems better, but they still struggle with abstract or hypothetical ideas. For example, they can understand that if you have 2 apples and you take one away, you are left with 1 apple. But they may not fully understand more complex, abstract concepts like justice or freedom. The last stage is the formal operational stage, which usually starts around age 12 and continues into adulthood. In this stage, children develop the ability to think about abstract concepts and imagine different possibilities. They can form theories, consider future outcomes, and think about moral and ethical questions. For example, a teenager can now understand ideas like democracy, human rights, or the meaning of life. They can plan ahead, set goals, and think in more scientific and logical ways. One of Piaget's key ideas is that learning is not just about getting more information. It is about changing the way we think. Children are not just little adults. Their minds work in very different ways, and they need time and experience to grow and develop. Piaget believed that children learn best when they are active participants in their learning. They need to explore, ask questions, make mistakes, and try again. Teachers and parents should guide them, but also give them space to figure things out on their own. Another important idea from Piaget is that development happens in steps. A child cannot skip a stage or be rushed through it. For example, a 4-year-old cannot be expected to think logically about complex problems because their brain is not ready for it yet. Just like you cannot teach a baby to run before they can crawl, you cannot expect children to think like adults before they are developmentally ready. Piaget's work has had a big impact on education and parenting. His theory has helped people understand that children learn differently at different ages, and that teaching should be matched to a child's stage of development. For example, young children learn best through play and hands-on activities, while older children can handle more structured lessons and abstract ideas. His theory also reminds us to be patient with children and to respect their natural way of learning. While Piaget's theory is very famous and helpful, it is not perfect. Some researchers believe that children can understand certain concepts earlier than Piaget thought. Others think that development is more flexible and does not always follow fixed stages. Still, Piaget's ideas are a great starting point for understanding how children grow and learn. In simple words, Piaget showed us that learning is not just about memorizing facts. It is about how the mind develops step by step. Children go through a journey of discovery, and each stage helps them build a deeper understanding of the world around them. From the time they are born, children are like little scientists, trying to make sense of everything they see, hear, and touch. And just like real scientists, they learn best when they can explore, ask questions, and try things out for themselves. If you found this explanation helpful and easy to understand, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We are here to make complex ideas simple and interesting, and your support helps us keep going. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos that bring psychology and sociology to life in a way that everyone can understand.